there's a bunch of rich people fighting over money down in the state of Louisiana, and it doesn't make LSU look any better. Let's talk about it next here on the College Huddle. You have landed into the mothership here at the College Huddle, 86 independent podcast from coast to coast covering your favorite schools, your favorite teams, and this is home base. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course let us know what you think about what we think down in the comments section below. Well, news was getting out yesterday that the legal team for Brian Kelly had filed a declaration within the 19th district in Baton Rouge that was claiming that LSU had informed Kelly's legal team that they were not going to be paying him the full amount in his buyout due to the fact that they had belief that they could fire him with cause. Kelly's legal team says, back the truck up. You fired him without cause, and you owe him every ounce of that $56 million. Every penny you're going to pay him. And this is going to be very interesting because I think this is going to be something that a lot of people in the state of Louisiana are going to take an interest in. And here's why I think that is to be the case. Making its rounds yesterday around social media was the following meme that some, I'm assuming, Louisiana fan, LSU fan, maybe not, I don't know, college football fan, obviously, had posted and created, and it was making its ways around the internet. Check this out. If I said 56 million, my apologies, 54 million. LSU, 54 million, going right into the mouth of Brian Kelly, while 20% of the state of Louisiana is living in poverty, is what the meme says. Now, I'm not going to make a comment one way or another about the, I guess you could say, social disposition of folks in the state of Louisiana one way or another. It's not my place to have a political stance about that. A lot of people are upset that football coaches make that kind of money. In a lot of states in this country, the highest paid state employee for the flagship institutions is the football coach. That's the reality of the world we live in. It's because the high dollar amount that these institutions are trying to make based off of television deals, based off of a number of things. And in order for them to continue to make that kind of money from their fan base, not only the television rights deals, but their fan base and merchandise, ticket sales, parking, food and beverages, all of this, they have to keep fans happy. And when fans get unhappy, there are changes that are made sometimes, including the one that took place at LSU. And so it's big business. And sometimes you have to spend money to make money. That's business 101. Anybody who's tried to be an entrepreneur or own their own business or work with somebody who owns their own business will tell you that there's a lot of money that's being spent in order to make money. And it's no different with college football. They're going to have to spend $54 million to get rid of Brian Kelly. Well, at least that was the initial thought. But now all of a sudden LSU's swooping back in and going, not so fast, my friend. Lee Corso here, not so fast. We believe we have cause. Now, what would those causes be? Obviously, if he's done something immoral, that could be a cause for firing. There's been no reports necessarily outside of the one a couple years ago about how he mistreated a family who lost their child who was a player at LSU, and I don't have all the details to that. And I'm not going to dig up any of that ugly story. But there was some kind of rumors and grumbling that he didn't handle that very well. I don't know if in his contract there were certain laws or bylaws or restrictions on, hey, here's how much little you can golf in your free time. I would expect that most coaches can do whatever the heck they please in their free time, including if they wanted to golf and ride jet skis and make awkward dance videos like Brian Kelly did with recruits. But I digress. I'm sure that LSU feels like they were cheated here. I'm sure the administration, the athletic department felt like we didn't get the very best Brian Kelly. But if you would have listened to Notre Dame fans, they were trying to tell you guys from day number one, this is exactly who he is. This is exactly who you hired. You didn't fire some kind of fake Southern accent Brian Kelly trying to fit in to the Cajun culture down there in Baton Rouge, okay? You hired a golf-loving, I'm only going to put in the minimum, and I'm going to yell and scream and deflect and push blame on others. That's who Brian Kelly is and was. It's who he was before he got to Notre Dame. It's who he was while he was at Notre Dame. It's who he was before he got to LSU. It's who he was while he was at LSU. And it's who he is still today. And you're going to have to pay him all that money. I don't see any way, shape, or form outside of some kind of bit of information that LSU has that they have not disclosed yet, that he has done something to break that contract that he had outside of the fact that he just sucked as a head football coach in the SEC. And Notre Dame fans are sitting back going, told you so. That's the reality of this situation here. I don't know anything currently that Brian Kelly has done to not deserve that $54 million that he's owed. And listen, my heart breaks for the folks in Louisiana who are living in poverty. I mean, what was it, Katrina and down in New Orleans just wiped so many people out who still to this day haven't recovered, is just astounding to me and heartbreaking. And yet LSU hired their coach for that amount of money. I wonder if the next coach, they're not going to pay as much because of this, because of the backlash they're getting from the fans, because of the black eye the university's gotten from hiring Brian Kelly and then paying him that amount of money to go somewhere else to leave. It makes you wonder if that limits who they can go after. Because if you're going to go after a Lane Kiffin, you're going to have to pay him like he is one of, if not the best coaches in college football. Upwards of $11.5–12 million per year, guaranteed X amount of years. That's what you're going to have to pay him to get him. And so if they're taking a step back and going, we probably shouldn't put our coach in the tens of millions of dollars here. We should back it up to 6, 7, 8 million. That's going to limit who you go after here as the next head coach of LSU, which would be incredibly interesting. So as news comes out on who they're interviewing, that'll let you know right away if the athletic department has taken kind of a step back. Now, if you listen to the governor, he's saying every contract should be not nearly that amount with incentives based on top of it. So maybe we hire the next guy at $7 million, but if he wins an SEC championship, if he wins 10 more games, if he gets the CFP, if he wins 2 CFP games, if he wins a national championship, then the incentives they build on each other. Maybe he can get up to 11 or 12 million, but he's going to have to earn that. I think a lot more people would like those type of contracts in college football. Obviously, the coaches and their agents wouldn't. So you're going to have a little bit of a negotiation going on here. And if LSU views themselves as being an upper echelon program who deserves to be in the CFP year in and year out and compete for SEC championships, then guess what? You're going to have to go after the Lane Kiffins, and you're going to have to pay him. Let me know what you think about what I think down in the comments section below. Would love to hear from you LSU fans once again. Thank you so much for so many of you who watched the last LSU video I did and joined the channel. We appreciate you. We salute you. Have a great day, everybody. We'll have another video for you coming your way very soon.